I'm Will Blank, Administrator at Washington Rehab and Nursing Center, and we're happy to have you along here for our virtual tour. We're a 180-bed facility, usually have about 150 or so residents, and around 220 employees. I love what we do here every day, which is taking care of our residents.
We have grown as a team. We see what we have accomplished through different programs we have put into place. We're their family. They're our family. We got a lot of grandmothers and granddaddies out there, and we take much pride in what we do because the end results are that we have made someone's life far more comfortable than what it may have been if they were at home or alone. And we try to bring companionship to this, and it's a rewarding job to walk through the facility and see the staff reach out and hug and give a kiss, and you see the smile coming on the face, and in the end results, that's the reward that we get, is that smile and that thank you.
As part of the clinical care process, when we really think about medically caring for our residents, we really use a team approach. And we've implemented a program here at our facility called the care plan process, whereby we get all of the different disciplines involved, and by that we mean nursing, the medical physician, therapy, social services, activities, dietary, all these different facets. And what we do is we get our whole team together and we say, well, what's happening with Mrs. Jones today? And we take a look at her from these different areas and we say, what can we do to increase the quality of life from a medical standpoint for Mrs. Jones? A lot of times we'll have the doctor's physician come in, we have the family members, the residents able, we have the resident come in and participate in creating their own plan of care. And then once we've developed that plan of care, we share that with the staff who take care of the resident. That way everybody knows up to date what's going on with Mrs. Jones, what sort of needs she has, what sort of things we need to watch out for to keep her safe, or perhaps what goals she's working on so that we can help her achieve those goals. And we found that by using the care plan process, we really can improve the medical outcomes for our residents.
In our therapy department, we have the occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy. We do have a full therapy staff. We are in-house therapy. We have 10 clinicians and therapists on our staff. We have long-term and short-term rehab. Some of us are stronger in working with the neurological patients. Some of us are stronger in working with our orthopedic patients. We do have a certified person who is certified with VitalStem, our speech therapist, and also she's dementia certified. As far as working together, we work with the nursing department. One thing that we are really strong with here at Washington is our whole dementia program and cognition program, which is a lot for our long-term residents. We evaluate them, see where they do fall on the global deterioration scale, and address their skills with the nursing department activities, what's appropriate for them, and then we look at our cognition rooms. That's one of our strengths here.
One of our pillars with Signature Healthcare and here at Washington Rehab is spirituality. And what we found is by bringing on a full-time chaplain that we're able to better meet the needs of our residents. Specifically, our residents transition from maybe the private life at home to a nursing home style life or to an institutional style life. It's a big adjustment for them psychologically, mentally, emotionally. And by using our chaplain to be there as kind of a spiritual source, if you will, our chaplain's able to talk about those emotional issues with the resident, to talk about those emotional issues with the residents' families, because there's a lot of guilt associated with placing a loved one in a long-term care environment, even for short-term rehab.
I feel like this is absolutely my calling. I love the residents here, I love the staff here, and you become a family here. This is my home away from home, as well as many of the residents here. Part of my specialty is infection control coordinator. I look at all the in-house infections, all infections from the community-acquired residents we get in, make sure they get proper treatment, proper antibiotics, whatever they may need. Last year we implemented what was called Healthy Hands, and we've continued that this year, and our facility has been nationally recognized for our Healthy Hands program.
One of the things we do really well here at Washington Rehab and Nursing Center is our quality of life programming. We think about, what would I want to do if I were a resident, either for short-term or long-term care in a nursing home? And we try to attack the problem that way. So we have done some wild quality of life stuff here. We took a trip in October to Washington, D.C. We called it From Washington to Washington. And we got a busload of residents. We partnered up with 2 other facilities. And I made a full week-long trip up there. Saw the Arlington National Cemetery. We visited with our state senator and state representative. Just had a really good time. Along those lines, we do resident canoeing trips. We had residents go for helicopter rides down in Panama City Beach. About 2 years ago, we had residents swim with the dolphins. These are all just fun activities that we do outside of the full spectrum of day-to-day activities we do. We've got 2 full rooms devoted to Alzheimer's care. So we've got a room we call Sensory Sensations for our impaired Alzheimer's residents that gives them some sort of sensory stimulation and enhances their calm. We've got a program we call the Beautiful Minds program, where we have residents that go and do a lot of artwork and do a lot of singing. It really focus on their artistic side and bring that out. In fact, we had a karaoke contest between residents and staff. It was about a 2-hour-long marathon. It was a lot of fun. So we think about, how do we live life care redefined? It's really in our quality of life program. We've got residents doing things in their 70s, 80s, and 90s for the first time in their life while being a resident in a nursing home.
I've worked here for 10 years. I love what I do. I feel like I have a purpose every time I come to work. That's why I've been here as long as I have. Part of my job responsibilities are to educate staff, making sure that all staff, not only just CNAs and nurses, but all staff are well educated to take care of our residents. Our primary focus is, of course, since I am an RN, are on the CNAs and the nurses. One of the things that we developed this last year was our mentor program for CNAs. By doing this, we have retained a lot of our CNAs. We don't have the open door. People are not coming in and quitting in 3 months. We keep our staff. The residents benefit from this because they have seasoned staff, well knowledgeable staff. So that's part of my job. Washington Rehab and Nursing Center employs a wide variety of staff, from CNAs to nurses to dietary to housekeeping, as 200 plus staff members. And for our facility, we have so many staff that's been here 10, 15, 20, 25 plus years. And I think that's part of what's made our facility to have a platinum survey and makes us to come from a 2-star to a 4-star facility, because of the wide variety of staff that we've had that have been here for several years.
Well, thanks for coming along for our virtual tour. We really enjoyed putting it together. We've tried to showcase some of the great staff, great residents, and great services that we provide here at Washington Rehab and Nursing Center. If you find that you need our services, please come along for an actual tour. Maybe you could see for yourself our facility, meet some of our staff, meet some of our great residents. And if you ever were to need our services, feel free to give us a call too. Well, again, I'm Will Blank, the administrator here at Washington Rehab and Nursing Center. I'm so glad you've joined us for our virtual tour, and we hope we see you in the future.